AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe. Wow. Wow. Y'all know when I wipe my glasses, y'all know what that means. Wow. Oh, we got a lot to talk about today. I'm going to say it again. Y'all know when I wipe my glasses, oh, we got some shit to discuss. Wow. First and foremost, good afternoon, everyone. Afternoons with your guy, AllBall, man. Listen, AllBall TV, we in the building. Y'all know the drill, man. Hit that like button, share, like, subscribe. Oh, we got some breaking news, man. We have breaking news. Denver Nuggets head coach Michael Malone has been fired, y'all. I'm going to say it again. Denver Nuggets head coach Michael Malone has been fired, y'all. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna react to that. We're gonna discuss. Big shout out Just Knicks. I know the deal, man. Please hit that like button. Afternoons with AllBall. We back. Had to come on live to discuss this. And I need all of y'all help to help me discuss this. Listen, hope everybody's having a wonderful afternoon. Hope everybody is doing well. But we gonna get into it, man. Once again, breaking news. The Denver Nuggets have fired Michael Malone. The head coach of the Denver Nuggets have been fired. Also, the GM, the general manager, Calvin Booth, has been fired as well. They fired both of them together a week before playoffs. Fish, what up, Fish? Listen, we're going to discuss all of that. We're going to discuss all of that. And I'm going to be honest, Fish, I don't know if I want Mike Malone. We're going to discuss it. Now, is he better than Tibbs? Yes, but let's take our time with this because we gonna have some fun with this one. Listen, it's breaking news. It's all on ESPN. Y'all already know Shams broke the news. Big shout out AllBall TV. Fish is always family. Flea, Fabian, Uncle Weiss, Kales, Dime Dropper. But let's talk about it, y'all. Once again, breaking news. Denver Nuggets head coach Michael Malone has been fired along with the general manager Calvin Booth. Now, there's been some rumblings that the general manager, King Ribby, what up, baby? King Ribby. There's been some speculation that the general manager Calvin Booth and the head coach of the Denver Nuggets, Michael Malone, never got along. Word is they talked behind each other's back and that they didn't like each other. And the organization said, enough is enough. We just gonna get rid of both of y'all. Wow. A week before the playoffs. What does that say about the Denver Nuggets organization? And what does that say about the organization and how they are treating Nikola Jokic, the Joker? I got something for y'all. Hold on. I got something for y'all. This is Shams. This is Shams explaining. This is Shams explaining why the Denver Nuggets fired Calvin Booth and Michael Malone.
Here to help us understand
if y'all can hear
this decision here. Shams, why did the Nuggets fire Michael Malone?
Put a thumbs up if y'all can hear.
Malika, the way the season was going, 4 straight losses in a row, and just what has gone on the last couple of years.
So the season, 4 straight losses in a row. The way the season's been going.
Believe that something needed to change. Now they were likely going to dismiss one or the other come the offseason.
They were going to dismiss one or the other coming in the offseason. So Shams is saying the way the season was going all season, you just lost 4 straight. They were going to make a change during the offseason. They was either going to get rid of the head coach Mike Malone or the GM Calvin Booth. Either one of them they was going to get rid of during the offseason.
And the Nuggets decided to just get it over with now, seeing how the team is performing. But listen, everyone...
And like y'all heard what he said, I want to keep pausing it because we don't want to get flagged or nothing like that. But they just decided to get rid of both of them. It wasn't worth the headache. The way the season was going up and down. Y'all went from a 2 seed. Y'all dropped to the 4 seed. Y'all lost 4 in a row. The general manager and the coach wasn't getting along. So the organization just said, bunk it. We're going to get rid of both of y'all. We're going to tear the Band-Aid off, and we just going to deal with the repercussions.
Was shocked by the timing of this. That includes Michael Malone.
See, everybody like us, the timing is what shocks everybody. Even Mike Malone, he probably figured, okay, they're going to let me go in the off season. But I'm pretty sure he did not think they were going to let him go a week before the playoffs.
Themselves, the players, I'm told, had a meeting where Josh Kroenke addressed them after the dismissal.
And let's not forget, he's the winningest coach in Denver Nuggets history.
Decided to flip the culture. He didn't want to wait. He wanted to inject some life into this going into the playoffs, because this is a team that, like you said, has struggled a little bit the second half of the year. They've dropped defensive rating. But Michael Malone, this is stunning for him because he's the winningest coach in Denver Nuggets franchise history. He just led them to a championship in 2020.
Y'all hear it.
This is tied for the latest coaching change ever made. And it's one that probably would have happened in 2023, Malika, if he had not won the championship just based on circumstances with him and Calvin Booth. But now that he's fired after 10 years, it's certainly stunning for the Nuggets, something that this roster is now going to have to deal with.
Wow, y'all hear that?
Yeah, Shams, it's just 3 games.
So Shams is saying, they call him Shams, sometimes we call him Shams. Big shout out to him. Does a wonderful job over there at ESPN. So Shams is saying that they were going to fire Mike Malone before they won the championship. That's what saved his job. So Mike Malone, 10 years with the Nuggets, the most winning coach in Nuggets history, he was going to be fired. They were thinking about firing him anyway. He just happened to win a championship. Wow. So once again, y'all, breaking news. The Denver Nuggets head coach Michael Malone and the GM Calvin Booth for the Denver Nuggets have been fired a week before the playoffs. Please, I need y'all to get in them comments. Tell me what do y'all think about this. We're going to sit up here and we really going to discuss this. Listen, because I have some things to say. But once again, the Denver Nuggets head coach Michael Malone has been fired. The GM, Calvin Booth, fired. Both at the same time. Big shout out Future at the same damn time. Michael Malone and Calvin Booth got fired at the same damn time. Listen, man, it's a new day. It's a new day in the NBA. It's a players' league, y'all. And I'm gonna be honest. I would love to hear how y'all feel about this, about this firing. Because I have a lot to say. And y'all know me, y'all might not like what I have to say. But I said this last year and I said this 2 years ago. Once again, Shams has reported that they were gonna fire him the year that they won the championship. It just so happened he won the championship. So he was, they let him stay, I guess. But what do y'all think? I'm gonna be honest. I think he should have been fired. I think he should have. See, it's a big shout out, nice. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit that like button, please. Share, like, subscribe. Don't care too much about it. Nah, this is something you have to care about because it just shows. Oh man, listen. I love when the ladies are in the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant. Darlene Bryant is in the building. Good afternoon, Miss Darlene Bryant. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. And y'all know the drill. Please speak to the beautiful ladies and please be respectful. But I'm gonna say it again before we get into this. Breaking news: the Denver Nuggets head coach and the GM of the Denver Nuggets, Mike Malone, Calvin Booth, fired. Now, for me, word is these are the reports. Michael Malone and Calvin Booth was never getting along. They talked about each other behind each other's back, and that they just never got along, and that one of them was going to be fired during the off season. We don't know which one, but we now know they both is out of here. And also, the Denver Nuggets were going to fire Mike Malone the year that they won a championship. So that's the only reason why he was able to stay a couple more years. But let's get right to it. How do y'all feel about the firing? Because I'm gonna be honest, he should have been fired. I think watching the Denver Nuggets, I think there was a disconnect between the players and the coach. I think the GM did a terrible job. Terrible job. After the Denver Nuggets won a championship, they got rid of almost everybody that helped them get to that level. They got rid of Bruce Brown. They got rid of KCP. And they never replaced those guys. I don't understand when you have a player like the Joker who can arguably be top 5 greatest basketball players of all time if we're talking about accolades, if we're talking about stats. What up, Turbo? Big shout out, Turbo. The Joker, the best player in the last 5 years, and he's only been to one championship. That GM and that organization did nothing to help the Joker. Like I said, I'm gonna break it down, y'all. When they won a championship, they didn't even keep the same team to run it back. That's the same thing the Lakers did in the bubble. You had all these great players, you had all this great chemistry, you had everything, and you never gave yourself an opportunity to run it back. So I blame the GM at that time, getting rid of Bruce Brown, getting rid of KCP. Y'all never developed Michael Porter Jr. He been was supposed to be traded. He been was supposed to be traded. This is going to tie into Knicks Rehab because y'all know we all have a problem with our coach, and then we just seen 2 good head coaches, one a championship head coach, get let go. So we're going to tie all this in. But my opinion, I think the Denver Nuggets, it's a little bit too late. Y'all should have been fired Mike Malone, and y'all should have been fired Calvin Booth. Like I said, after the championship, y'all get rid of KCP, y'all get rid of Bruce Brown, y'all never replace them. Y'all allow Michael Porter Jr. to do nothing but shoot 3-point shots. He's 6'10". He doesn't rebound. He doesn't defend. He doesn't post up. All he does is shoot threes. Y'all never develop Jamal Murray correctly. He was never an all-star under Mike Malone. I'm going to say it again. He was never an all-star under Mike Malone. That is a problem. That is a problem. And then you go out and get Russell Westbrook. Why? We see that it doesn't mix. It just goes to show you that, listen, these organizations, these head coaches, they are on a very short leash. And it doesn't matter. We watch coaches get fired after winning Coach of the Year. We're watching championship head coaches get fired a week before the playoffs. Nobody is safe no more. Luka got traded from Dallas, y'all. Nobody is safe. With the Denver Nuggets, there was a disconnect. Watching the games, Joker doesn't look happy. I'm pretty sure that roster that he's had. Let's think about it, y'all. The Joker is watching all these teams make all these moves to get better, and Denver does nothing. I'm going to say it again. If I'm the Joker, I'm watching all these teams make all these moves. I'm watching Golden State go get Jimmy Butler. I'm watching Cleveland go get DeAndre Hunter. I'm watching the Lakers trade for Luka Doncic. I'm watching Dallas get Anthony Davis and some young players in a nice upgrade. And we don't do anything? Listen, this is the GM's fault. He should have been fired, but we're not going to let Mike Malone off the leash. Mike Malone lost the locker room, y'all. Mike Malone lost the locker room. They stopped playing for him. For them to win, it has to take Joker to average a 40-point triple-double. Big shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Big shout out. Y'all know the deal, man. Hit that like button, share, like, subscribe. Y'all know what we talking about. The head coach of the Denver Nuggets, Mike Malone, and the GM, Calvin Booth, has been fired, y'all. Has been fired. And for me, I love the timing. See, I'm different. For me, there is no perfect timing. If I feel you don't deserve the job, I don't care when it is. I'm the type, I will fire you in the playoffs just to prove my point. Right. And no strays entertainment. We're going to talk about that. What the Denver Nuggets just did, y'all just helped the LA Lakers. Y'all just helped the LA Lakers. But we're not going to go there. I think this is perfect timing. They gave him an opportunity. He lost 4 games down the stretch. that he shouldn't have lost. Like I said, y'all dropped from a number 2 seed to the number 4 seed. Y'all don't look like a threat anymore. The Joker is exhausted, tired. With the coach, where is your strategy? With Michael James, what up, Michael James? With the coach, where is, okay, Michael Porter Jr.? Michael Porter Jr. has never gotten better. Never. This is under Mike Malone's watch. So for me, I think it was the right move. I think it was the right move. I know a lot of people say, why at this time? To me, there's no perfect time. There is no bad time. If you're bad at your job, I don't care when it is, you deserve to go. Mike Malone and the Denver Nuggets needed to be divorced. Some teams need a new voice. Some coaches need a new atmosphere. Now, is Mike Malone an exceptional coach? Yes. Yes. I think Mike Malone is a good coach. But was he a good coach for the Denver Nuggets anymore? No. No. And we all have to understand that. To have a guy like the Joker, just be the best player in the league for the past 5-6 years, and you've been to one finals. Remember, conference finals, you was up 2-0 against Minnesota, and you lost 4 straight. Let's not talk about the time that you lost in the first round with Denver. Listen, Mike Malone has to get some type of blame. Like I said, the GM, horrific job. Terrible. Terrible. But like I said, man, I like the move. I like that these organizations and these owners is showing guts. It's showing guts. Because once again, nobody is safe. We're giving you all this money, players and coaches and GMs. And if you're not doing the job, you have to go. You have to go. So I would love to hear what y'all think. How do y'all feel about Mike Malone being fired? Is the timing right? Is it weird? What's going on in the NBA? Last week, the Memphis Grizzlies head coach got fired. Remember, that was weird. 2 weeks before the playoffs. They still a top 5 seed. Remember, John Morant in and out the lineup. They was dealing with injuries. Triple J was out for a bit. And he kept them afloat. And they fired him. So what's really going on with these coaches and these organizations and these players? Why is everybody being fired like this? Are teams looking at the Houston, the Boston, the Cleveland? You kind of looking at a lot of these teams, the OKCs with these young coaches, and they're doing a wonderful job. Are organizations getting caught up in we have to go younger when it comes to the coaches? We got to figure out what's going on. But I'm going to break it down once again. Breaking news, because we have some new people in the building. Big shout out to all y'all, man. Afternoons with AllBall. Breaking news. The Denver Nuggets have fired head coach and general manager Calvin Booth a week before the playoffs. Wow. Now, let me ask y'all a nice thank you. I was about to go there. How do y'all feel? What do you think is going on in the Joker's mind? Could the Joker have stopped this? I want to know, do players have as much power as people think? Do y'all think the Joker could have stopped this? I don't know. And this is where it gets tricky. Did the Joker want Mike Malone fired? Did he care that Mike Malone fired? Was the Joker and Mike Malone getting along? Once again, do players have enough power to where they can say, no, I don't want that coach fired? Because like I said, word is they were going to fire Mike Malone a year that they won a championship. Listen, I think this is big news because, now a lot of these coaches, listen, you go on a 4 or 5 game losing streak and you got a player like the Joker and we're not in championship contention, you got to go. You got to go. I don't know if they're still going to be a threat. I think the Joker is exhausted. The night I think he had 60. They say he told Mike Malone, I'm not playing the ball. My back hurt. I think the Joker has to do too much. So I don't know if they're a threat. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if they're a threat. But if I'm the Joker, once again, from the Joker standpoint, how do y'all think he should feel? Once again, the Joker has to say to himself, why we didn't go get Jimmy Butler? Why we weren't in talks to go get Luka? Why we didn't go get a DeAndre Hunter? Why? I'm going to say it again. The Joker has to be looking and saying to himself, if y'all can't get me the proper help, see, this is where he's going to have to go into his Jimmy Butler bag. If y'all can't get me, and I remember, the Joker, Jimmy Butler didn't bring Miami Heat a championship. The Joker did his job. The Joker did his job. I brought y'all a championship. If you cannot get me the proper help, I'm going to have to go. Once again, the GM and the coach, my opinion, has ruined the Joker's legacy. I said this, go to my Instagram page, AllBall TV. I think the post was in June of last year. I said the Denver Nuggets has ruined and wasted the Joker's career. Right now, the Joker should be on 2 regular season MVP. Excuse me. Right now, the Joker should be on 2 finals MVPs, 2 championships, and 4 going on 5 MVPs. The Joker should right now be considered top 5 greatest basketball player we've ever seen with his statistics. And the Denver Nuggets has done nothing to help his career. They've surrounded him with mediocre talent. Jamal Murray can't stay healthy. He's very inconsistent. I don't know why they signed Michael Porter Jr. to that contract. I don't understand. So if I'm the Joker, I understand the Joker, you know, his attitude is very nonchalant. He acts like he doesn't care about basketball. He just want to ride his horses. But at the end of the day, my brother, if you want to be considered one of the greats and be talked about in the same sentence as the Shaqs, the Kareem, the Hakeems, the Jordans, the Magics, the Birds, the LeBrons, the Kobe's, God rest his soul, the Tim Duncans, bruh, you have to get another 1 or 2 rings. The Denver Nuggets had an opportunity to have a guy that will go down as one of the greatest players we've ever seen. But we all know rings count. Championships count. So for me, I think the Denver Nuggets ruined this whole thing. Yeah, I think the Denver Nuggets ruined this whole thing, and the organization looked at the head coach and looked at the GM and said, okay, enough is enough. Said enough is enough. Listen, we got y'all the best player in the NBA. Why are y'all not putting the proper pieces around him? Once again, why did they not go get Jimmy Butler? Why did y'all not package up Michael Porter Jr. and whoever else and go get Jimmy Butler? Kevin Durant wanted out of Phoenix. Why did y'all not try to go get Kevin Durant? This what the Joker has to be saying in his mind. So for me, I think they should have been fired. The GM should have been fired a long time ago. When the GM signed Michael Porter Jr. to a $200 million contract, that's when, if I'm the owner, I'm firing the GM. I am not signing him to that. And then last year, Mike Malone should have been fired. These things I've been saying. These things I've been saying. But when you have a disconnect in the locker room and with your best player and the coach, it's time to move on. Now, I understand the timing is weird, a week before the playoffs, but for me, man, the Joker coaches that team. Wayne Lewis, what up? Big shout out to everybody in the building. Showing love, man. Hit that like button, share, like, subscribe. Right now, we discussing Mike Malone, Denver Nuggets head coach, GM, Calvin Booth, has been fired. Fired. Stick a fork in them, they done. So for me, you know, I don't think Mike Malone after a while was coaching. That was all Joker. That was all Joker. That was all Joker. So, you know, wow. This is crazy, man. Rasul, what up? Yes, salute to everybody. This is crazy, man. Excuse me. How do y'all feel? Come on, let's get in them comments. Y'all know I need y'all help. How do y'all feel about Mike Malone being fired a week before the playoffs? The most winning coach in Denver Nuggets history, won them a championship. Coach the best player in the NBA for the past 5 years. And now I'm going to ask y'all a question. Y'all ready? Y'all know me. When I wipe my glasses, I'm about to start some bullshit. Y'all ready? Here we go. Here we go. This is for all my Knicks fans. This is for all my Knicks fans. Should the Knicks go after Mike Malone? Depending on what happens in these playoffs with our Knicks and Tom Thibodeau, should the Knicks go after head coach Mike Malone? I'm going to say it again. I need y'all to all just, before you respond too quickly, relax and think. Depending on what happens in the playoffs with our Knicks and Tom Thibodeau, should the Knicks go after Mike Malone? Now, the Knicks is going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky because right now, the Knicks, we are locked in that 3rd seed. Well, we should be, right? The Milwaukee Bucks have been winning lately. The Detroit Pistons has been losing. Excuse me. So now, it's looking like we're going to play Detroit in that 1st round. I'm going to say it again. Detroit was in the 5th seed. Milwaukee was in the 6th seed. Milwaukee was up 2 games, Detroit. Milwaukee won the last couple games. Detroit lost the last couple games. So right now, Milwaukee is in that 5th seed. Detroit is in that 6th seed. Detroit is 2 games behind Milwaukee. So right now, what it's looking like is the Knicks will be playing the Detroit Pistons in the 1st round. And everybody in the world is saying the Knicks would lose that series. So let me ask y'all again. If the Knicks, depending on what happens in the playoffs, should Tom Thibodeau be fired and should the Knicks go after Mike Malone? Come on, y'all, get in them comments. Y'all know how I feel. If it's up to me, I'm firing Tibbs right now and going to get Mike Malone. If I'm the Knicks, I'm doing the same thing Denver Nuggets did. Buy Tibbs, and I'm going to get Mike Malone. I'm sorry. But let's be honest, y'all. What do y'all think? Listen, Mike Malone, listen, he's a good coach. He's a tough coach. He has that New York swagger. Listen, what happens to the Joker, y'all? What happens to the Joker, y'all? Listen, no. If Tom Thibodeau doesn't get to the conference finals or to the finals, he has to go. Come on, I'm not doing this with y'all. If Tom Thibodeau doesn't get to the finals, and if we get to the conference finals and it's a dogfight, then I'll respect Tom Thibodeau. But if we get our ass kicked, he has to go. If it's me, which is not, but if it's me, hypothetically speaking, I would fire Tom Thibodeau right now and go get Mike Malone. I would fire Tom Thibodeau right now and go get Mike Malone. I need y'all in the comments. What do y'all think the Knicks should do? What do y'all think the Knicks should do? Listen, Giannis isn't happy. Kevin Durant wants out of Phoenix. We already know that's a definite. The Joker right now is going to be looking unhappy. Oh, and did we hear what Devin Booker had to say after the blowout loss against my Knicks? I'm going to say it again. Giannis isn't happy. I guarantee you the Joker's not happy. You can tell by his body language. He has to do too much. Kevin Durant is gone. This is a fact. And did y'all hear what Devin Booker? Come on, man. Come on. I don't care what y'all say. Devin Booker is 100,000% upgrade from Mikal Bridges.
Points in the garden for a Suns player. I know it's hard to wrap that around after a loss, but how do you take that in knowing your affinity for this arena?
Yeah. I've said it from the beginning. This is, my favorite place to play, outside of Phoenix. So, I feel it every time I touch in the city. In the summer driving past, I think about it. So, I just want to take advantage of, just respect the game, respect the history that's been through here. Not just sports, entertainment, music. A lot of greats have been in these locker rooms, in these hallways.
Obviously, you set the personal bar camp for
Listen, let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't think that means anything, if y'all don't think that these players are screaming out, "Get me out of here," Devin Booker just told the Phoenix Suns, "I'm out of here." Devin Booker just told the Phoenix Suns indirectly, "Get me out of here." See, listen, I love y'all in the chat, but if y'all want to keep being mediocre, then y'all can have that. I want to win a championship. Once again, the New York Knicks are sexy again. We have problems with coaching. We have problems at the shooting guard position. And we have players and coaches out there that can fill that spot. I don't know what are y'all talking about. We have problems on defense. Oh, by the way, Devin Booker plays defense. Giannis plays defense. Mike Malone is a championship head coach who's a damn good head coach. So for me, I'll take Booker over Mikal Bridges any day. I don't know what y'all talking about. Let's not forget who Devin Booker was before Kevin Durant got there. I'm not a big Devin Booker fan because I think Donovan Mitchell has leaped him. But let's not forget, Devin Booker is a bucket. And Devin Booker is going to play defense. So, I listen, I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know what y'all talking about. Did you see Devin Booker in the Olympics? Did y'all see Devin? Listen, I'm not going to argue with y'all. Once again, there are holes that the Knicks have, and we can fill those holes. Pause. This is where the GM needs to do their job. Devin Booker is screaming out, "Get me out of here." Oh, and by the way, I love playing for New York, in New York. What is that telling you? And this goes back to the GM and the head coach in Denver. Once again, we got some new people in the building. Big shout out to everybody in the building. Please hit that like button, share, like, subscribe, man. Let's go. AllBall TV. This is what we do afternoons with AllBall. Y'all know we go live after every Knicks game, Knicks Rehab. But come on, y'all. I need y'all to rock it with me. Breaking news. Denver Nuggets head coach Michael Malone, Denver Nuggets GM Calvin Booth fired. Fired at the same damn time. At the same damn time. At the same damn time. Big shout out Future. But this all ties into our Knicks. We all know we don't like Tom Thibodeau. We have some head coaches out there now. You have the Memphis Grizzlies head coach. Now you have a championship Denver Nuggets head coach. What are we going to do? Kevin Durant wants out of Phoenix. Devin Booker looks unhappy. Giannis looks unhappy. And y'all don't think the Joker is unhappy? What are we going to do? I wish one of you Knicks fans would tell me we shouldn't go after none of those players. I wish y'all would tell me we shouldn't go after Devin Booker. We shouldn't go after Kevin Durant. We shouldn't go after Giannis. And we shouldn't go after the Joker. Are y'all out of y'all fucking minds? I'm not having that with y'all today. I'm not having that with y'all today. You crazy? Just imagine Devin Booker instead of Mikal Bridges. You crazy? So for me, I think if I'm the GM, if I'm the owner of the Knicks, I'm firing Tom Thibodeau right now. I'm going to get Mike Malone right now. And you know what I'm also asking Mike Malone? How was your relationship with the Joker? Hey, Mike Malone, your job depends on how is your relationship with the Joker? That's what'll make me hire you. Mike Malone, what is your relationship with the Joker? Can you sway him, woo him, serenade him, convince him? Come over to New York, bro. You win a championship in New York, you go down as top 5 greatest basketball players of all time. It's not even a question no more. It's not even a question no more. But listen, man, Devin Booker is screaming out. Once again, I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all think, listen, if y'all think these players don't know how to say, I'm out of here, how many times have y'all seen Zion put that big grin on his face when anybody brings up New York? You think that's a coincidence? You think it's a coincidence that Devin Booker said what he said? Do y'all think that's a coincidence? Once again, to win in this league today, the old days is over. I'm an old head. 47 years old. I'll be 48 this year. The old days is over. You ain't going to win with grime and grit. You ain't winning like that. You need a superstar. You need a superstar. And you need the right. Let me explain something to y'all. Let me explain something to y'all. Do y'all see how much you need to win a championship and to be contention in the NBA today? Look at the Boston Celtics. I said this on the last live. For you to be competitive, you need a legit third option. You need a legit third option. Look at the Boston Celtics. Peyton Pritchard and Derek White can start on any other team. Look at the Cleveland Cavaliers at that roster. Look at OKC. Look at that roster. And then you add the pieces you add. The Lakers got Luka and LeBron. Look at Dallas. Look at what you have to compete now. I'm not saying build a super team. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if you have these great players that are available, that are screaming out, I want to get out of here, indirectly. GMs, do your job. And this is why in Denver, it comes full circle with the coach and the GM. We sat there and watched Jimmy Butler go to Golden State. Golden State was in the mud. Golden State was done. Golden State were done. They go get Jimmy Butler. Now people are saying they're a legit threat. With Jimmy Butler, they won a damn near 14, 15 games out of the last 20. If I'm not mistaken, they like 14 and 3 or 4 or something like that. Cleveland Cavaliers all season, best team in the East. They go get DeAndre Hunter. Who, at this point, DeAndre Hunter can start on any basketball team. 6'8", 3-and-D guy, tough. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Lakers trade for Luka. Dallas gets AD and some young players. Look how Luka has the Lakers looking, which I know I hate because I can't stand the Lakers. Knicks for life. But come on, we have to start being honest. Giannis and Dame ain't enough. Devin Booker and KD ain't enough. Thank you, AP. AP. I don't know how you pronounce it. When you have a league where Devin Booker and KD isn't enough to get to the playoffs, to make the play-in, are you kidding me? Listen, we have good head coaches out there. We have great players out there. Got to make some moves. Got to make some moves. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We need our bench. Like I said, I love Deuce, but we need somebody else to come off the bench to help him out. We need somebody about 6'6", 6'7", that can play both ends of the floor. We have holes that need to be filled. One is coaching, which now there are coaches out there. Like I said, the shooting guard position, we are too inconsistent. I like Mikal Bridges, but he's too inconsistent. You can slide a Devin Booker in there. Are you kidding me? So for me, you know, we have to start understanding, you know, as New Yorkers, as Knicks fans, what are we willing to do? What are we willing to do? Y'all see how teams are being constructed. Y'all see how, listen, the Boston Celtics, Peyton Pritchard can start on any team. Derek White has turned into one of the most important players on the Boston Celtics. Derek White has turned himself into a third option behind Tatum and Brown. Derek White is more important to the Celtics than the big man. Come on, man. Come on. Derek White is more important than Porzingis. Like, we gotta look how these rosters are being constructed. Right now, if I'm the Joker, if I'm the Knicks, if I'm Dolan, I'm going to holler at Mike Malone right now. And there's only one question I'm asking him. How is your relationship with the Joker? Oh, man. Big shout out James Whitfield. Appreciate that. Just became a YouTube member. Hey, James Whitfield, thank you, my brother. Thank you, man. Everybody, hit that like button, share, like, subscribe. If I am James Dolan, I am getting on the phone right now. Matter of fact, I'm not even getting on the phone. I'm figuring out where Mike Malone lives at. I'm taking the private jet to his house, and I'm asking him one question. How is your relationship with Nikola Jokic? And depending on that answer, we are hiring you right now, and we are firing Tom Thibodeau. I'm going to say it again. If I'm James Dolan, the owner of the New York Knicks, I am taking a private jet to Mike Malone's residence. Showing up unannounced. Oh, what the hell are you doing there, James Dolan? Don't worry about it. One question, Mike. How's your relationship with the Joker? What do you mean? If we hire you, can you get the Joker to come over here? Simple and plain. Simple and plain. If not, I'm getting right back on my jet and I'm getting out of here. But if you can get the Joker over here, Mike Malone, we might have to give you a little bit of stock into the Knicks. That's big business. That's big business. You crazy? Y'all see what's going on today? Do y'all see what's going on today with guys like Palenka and Nico, what these guys are doing? I'm going to say it again. Giannis isn't happy. Kevin Durant isn't happy. At this point, Joker isn't happy. Devin Booker looks miserable. You telling me we don't go after neither one of them? I said when Jimmy Butler wanted out of Miami, the Knicks, we should have went and got him. Go get him. Go get him. 2 years, let's see what happens. That's what Toronto Raptors did. We don't care what nobody say, what nobody think. We going to go get Kawhi, no matter what it costs. We let you hold a private jet, everything. And they got a championship out of it. This thing is about getting championships, y'all. It's about getting championships. If we could get either, and I'm not saying get all of them at the same time, pause. If we could either get KD, Giannis, Devin Booker, or the Joker, any one of those pieces, we are winning a championship. We are winning a championship. And we have the pieces to get one of those guys. Stop being scared. Stop having that same mindset that we had 20 years ago. And go do the damn thing and get the fucking job done. Go get the job done. These players are not happy. Can y'all imagine any of these players in New York? Do y'all see the love that the Knicks players get? We still love DiVincenzo. I was just at a game. I was just at the big shout out Kenny Anderson, big bro, Mr. Chips. Love always. Went to the game with my brother, Brooklyn Nets versus Minnesota Timberwolves. Don't you know people was in there yelling, still saying they miss Julius Randle? Don't you know people are still saying we miss DiVincenzo? So just imagine a Giannis, a Joker, a Devin Booker in New York. Superstars. Bro, this thing gonna be looking like the 90s, man. So I don't know what y'all looking for. I'm looking for championships. I'm tired of speculating, are we going to win in the first round or the second round? No. I want when the season opens, when the analysts and the networks talk about who's the favorite, I want our name to be top of the list. Who's the favorites? Knicks. Why? Because they got this. Because they got this type of head coach. Because they got this type of player. These type of players. They have this type of bench. That's what I want. I'm tired of this mediocre shit. But once again, this all comes full circle. Nobody is safe. When you're a championship head coach and the most winning head coach for that franchise and you get fired a week before the playoffs, when you are Luka Doncic, the franchise who people thought would never get fired, get traded, and you get traded for a player that people don't think is equal value, when you are Memphis head coach, keep your team in the top 4 seed, Ja Morant in and out the lineup, dealing with injuries, and you get fired, it's a new day, y'all. It's a new day. The owners are taking back their power. But I'm going to say it again. My Knicks, we have an opportunity to strike when the iron is hot. We have an opportunity to strike when the iron is hot. We have players out there that's miserable, y'all. And like I said, the Joker, this situation, the GM, the head coach, I think it should have been done. Now, see, y'all think, it was bad timing. I don't think there's no such thing. I'm the type, I'll fire you in the playoffs. If you ain't looking like you up to the job, you up the par, I told y'all, I would come down from the box, walk across on the court. Yeah, I own the spot. This is my spot. Stop the game. Hey, man, you fired. That's the type of shit I'm on. That's some shit Nino Brown to do. Yeah. So I think what the Denver Nuggets did, the same thing Dallas did. I love it. I love it. Because they are showing that they have balls. Like, no, we're not going to be mediocre. We got the best player in the world for the past 5-6 years. We've been to one finals. We was up 2-0 in the Western Conference Finals and lost 4 straight. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. So I respect what the Denver Nuggets did. I don't think Mike Malone would have made a difference in the playoffs. I don't think him being fired this late in the season, a week before the playoffs, is going to make a difference for them in the playoffs. I think Joker is good enough to where they're going to win or lose depending on what happens with the Joker. If Joker is going to be that guy who's going to average a 30-point triple-double, then they're going to be successful. But if they're going to run him in the ground and guys like Jamal Murray and Westbrook and Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon, if those guys are not going to contribute, then no matter who the coach is, they're not going to be successful. And to me, that was the problem. The Joker and the Denver Nuggets watch, when it was trade deadline, they didn't make a move. KD wanted out of Phoenix. Jimmy Butler wanted out of Miami. Cleveland traded for DeAndre Hunter. Even the Clippers when they got Bogdanovic. Like, those are good moves. Those are great moves. Sacramento traded, got Zach LaVine. Even though that looks terrible in Sacramento, but I'm just saying there was moves that could have been made to at least show we're trying to, help the Joker and go for a title. And they made no moves. They made no moves. Aaron Gordon is not the same. Aaron Gordon, he's getting a little older, a little more injury prone. And like I said, Jamal Murray, very inconsistent. Great player. I love Jamal Murray, but very inconsistent. He looks unhappy. That Denver Nuggets thing is a mess. And what kept them together was the championship. Sham said it. If they didn't win a championship that season, Mike Malone was fired. Their mind was already made up. So him being able to stay a couple more seasons, they did him a favor. They did him a favor. So for me, listen, man. Wow. This is why the NBA, this is why I love this game. But I think my Knicks, we have an opportunity to make some moves. Tom Thibodeau is on the hot seat, y'all. Tom Thibodeau is on the hot seat. I've been saying it forever. And this proves it. I don't care what nobody says. Tom Thibodeau has only been to the second round. Yes, back-to-back 50-win seasons. Congratulations. But we just watched a championship head coach get fired a week before the playoffs. We're looking like we're going to be playing the Detroit Pistons in the first round. And some of you, not me, my brothers, but a lot of y'all in the chat, and a lot of people in the basketball world, they say we can't beat Detroit. So now, if we lose to Detroit in the first round, are y'all still going to tell me Tom Thibodeau should keep his job? So that's what I'm saying. When the iron is hot, you have to strike. Right now, Leon Rose, La Cosa Nostra, those guys, the GMs, the front office, listen, you got to start talking. You got to start, behind the scenes. And right now, for me, I'm looking at either Giannis or Devin Booker. I think those two are the ones that we can get. I don't know about the Joker. And like I said, Kevin Durant. But for me, Giannis, Devin Booker, those are the two that I think we need more than anything. Because Giannis upgrades us offensively and defensively. Devin Booker does the same thing. Offensively, Devin Booker is a massive upgrade. And I think we have the pieces to go get those guys. I really do. And I think these are the times that, wow. Listen, man, this offseason, y'all, is going to be crazy. This offseason is going to be crazy. And once again, before I end this live, if I'm James Dolan, I am getting on my private jet. I am going to Mike Malone's residence, and I'm asking him one question. How is your relationship with the Joker? Depending on that answer, I'm either getting right back on my jet, or we're going to have a steak dinner, and we're going to continue this conversation. Once again, if I am James Dolan, I'm on my private jet, and I'm asking Mike Malone one question. How is your relationship with Joker? And depending on that answer, Mike Malone will be my next head coach for the New York Knicks. Simple and plain. Afternoons with AllBall, y'all. Listen, we got something special on AllBall TV. Check us out, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. All We Live Flea has a special guest. Listen, y'all got to see Flea in his element. When he's interviewing, he asks some of the dopest questions. Poor, great. Nobody does it better. Once again, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, we have a special guest on AllBall TV, and he will be interviewed by Flea, former Golden State Warrior. We need y'all to pull up in the building, and of course, y'all know, after every Knicks game, we got Knicks Rehab, y'all. In June 21st, if you want to be with something special, or if you're in the South Carolina Myrtle Beach area, we have the Kenny Anderson second y'all annual showcase. Once again, if you're in the South Carolina Myrtle Beach area, June 21st, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., we will be at the legendary Socastee High School in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for the Kenny Anderson second annual showcase. Listen, man, pull up, show some love, food, drinks, and come vibe with the legend. The number 2 overall pick, the NBA All-Star Kenny Mr. Chips Anderson. But tonight, y'all, 7:30 p.m., we need y'all to tune in. There we go. All We Live Flea. 7:30 p.m., y'all. It's going down. Great interview. Y'all got to see Flea in his element. Y'all going to fall in love with this, y'all. Please, we need y'all to show up, show some love. And of course, Knicks Rehab after every Knicks game. And did we not forget tonight, big game, Knicks versus Boston. Let's get some payback, y'all. Listen, man, afternoons with AllBall. Appreciate everybody. Hit that like button. Share, like, subscribe. And I thank everybody for tuning in. See y'all tomorrow. We out.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.